General Hospital, when lines blur and loyalties collapse. In Port Charles, the heat of summer isn't just reflected in the rising temperatures but in the unraveling relationships, covert schemes, and explosive confrontations that shake the town to its core. What began as a calculated distraction quickly snowballs into a chain of betrayals, broken alliances, and deepening rifts, leaving everyone questioning just how far they're willing to go for love, revenge, or control. Kristina Corinthos Davis has always been impulsive, but her latest plan threatens to set off a powder keg that no one sees coming. After weeks of subtle tension between Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing, Kristina begins to sense something volatile simmering beneath the surface of their relationship. But rather than confront Ava or counsel Rick, Kristina takes a more manipulative route, one that reveals a darker edge to her motivations. She quietly reaches out to Cody Bell, the town's charmingly unpredictable cowboy with a history of scheming and a willingness to bend the rules when it suits him. Kristina's proposal is simple yet insidious. She offers Cody a substantial sum to seduce Ava, break her emotional defenses, and pull her away from Rick. Kristina's stated reason is to protect Rick from further heartbreak, but her true motivations remain hazy, perhaps even to herself. Whether it's jealousy, retribution, or a misguided attempt at control, Kristina sets something dangerous into motion the moment Cody agrees. Cody, initially hesitant, ultimately finds the offer too tempting to refuse. He doesn't mind playing the part if the script pays well. Besides, flirting with Ava isn't exactly a chore. He begins by accidentally bumping into her at the Metro Court, offering his signature grin and a well-timed compliment. Ava, wary at first, finds herself oddly entertained. There's a thrill in Cody's confidence, and after months of strained conversations and emotional stalemates with Rick, the spontaneity is a welcome change. As the days pass, Cody's presence becomes increasingly common, at gallery openings, brunches and charity events. What began as an orchestrated flirtation gradually takes on a life of its own. Ava, disarmed by Cody's humor and flirtatious banter, begins to let her guard down. They share a drink one night, then a dance, and soon a kiss that neither of them intends to admit happened. But secrets have a way of finding the light in Port Charles, and no secret stays buried for long. Unbeknownst to them, Rick has begun to suspect something. Already tense from recent professional setbacks and Ava's emotional withdrawal, he follows his instincts, and one night, they lead him straight into a scene that shatters his carefully maintained composure. He walks in on Ava and Cody, mid-embrace, laughing like they haven't in years. Rick doesn't yell. He doesn't demand answers. He simply watches, for just long enough to feel the truth cut deep, then walks away without a word. The fallout is immediate and devastating. Rick confronts Ava with a cold fury that's far more unsettling than rage. Ava, blindsided by Rick's knowledge, attempts to explain, but her words sound hollow even to her own ears. When Rick learns that Kristina orchestrated the entire situation, the betrayal multiplies. He lashes out, not just at Ava, but at Kristina as well, accusing her of manipulation and cruelty. Kristina, for her part, shows no remorse. She claims she was trying to prove something important about Ava's character, but the emotional carnage left in her wake says otherwise. Meanwhile, the aftershocks ripple across town, reaching two individuals already entangled in their own bitter rivalry, Detective Harrison Chase and Detective Dante Falconeri. The ongoing tension between them has grown sharper over recent weeks, fueled by professional disagreements and personal grudges. Chase accuses Dante of favoritism and backroom deals. Dante accuses Chase of insubordination and grandstanding. What started as a Cold War now turns hot, as both men refuse to back down during a high-stakes investigation involving stolen pharmaceuticals and potential ties to the mob. When a confrontation nearly escalates into violence at the police precinct, Chase slamming a file down on Dante's desk, Dante standing nose-to-nose with clenched fists, Commissioner Anna Devane is forced to intervene. She pulls both detectives into her office and shuts the door behind them with a controlled intensity that brooks no argument. With a reputation for calm under pressure, even Anna finds her patience tested as the two men hurl accusations. She lays down the law. The rivalry ends now, she warns them. They're officers of the law, not enemies in a back-alley brawl. But even Anna knows that deeper wounds aren't healed by orders or reprimands. Chase and Dante have both crossed lines, and neither seems ready to forgive or forget. With trust fracturing on every front, Port Charles finds itself in a fragile state. Rick, reeling from Ava's betrayal and Kristina's manipulation, isolates himself, diving into legal work with a vengeance. Ava withdraws into herself, unsure whether her feelings for Cody were real or just a rebellion against Rick. Cody, uncharacteristically quiet, begins to wonder whether he played a role or became one. And Kristina, brazen, unapologetic, may have finally burned a bridge she can't rebuild. As for the PCPD, Chase and Dante may be back at their desks, but the icy silences between them speak volumes. Anna watches them closely, knowing that another explosion could be just around the corner. Loyalties are fraying. Boundaries are blurring. And in Port Charles, where secrets fuel survival, the question isn't whether another crisis will come, it's who will fall when it does.